So my colleague at Dropsite News, Jeremy Scahill, obtained the agreement that was cut between Hamas and U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff, and we've published that over at Dropsite News. I'm going to need your help with this one a little bit because I'm going to have to use the words Hamas and Gaza and some other things that the algorithm hates. So if you can do what you can to boost it, I'd appreciate it. I'll even give you a question at the end of this you can answer in the comments. But one of the key distinctions, and I think this is something that should become, at minimum, a historical footnote, like something that history remembers about this conflict. So there are two agreements. There's one that was reached on May 25th, which is an understanding between Hamas and Steve Witkoff that if they agreed to this, that Witkoff would get Israel to agree to it as well, and the U.S. would guarantee it. That didn't happen. Israel refused to agree to that one. So Witkoff went back to Israel and came up with new terms that were agreeable to Israel. Now, some of the differences between these two agreements have been reported on heavily in the press. One of them, for instance, is that the second group of captives would be released 7 days after the agreement rather than 60 days. You know, Hamas obviously doesn't like that because they worry that as soon as the captives are released, Israel would start the war again. So that this would end up being just a 7-day ceasefire. But the key difference that I want to highlight is that in the agreement that Hamas made with Witkoff, they agreed to give up governing power in Gaza and turn it over to a technocratic committee led by independent Palestinians. And that Palestinian technocratic committee would oversee governance and would oversee reconstruction. So that's what Hamas agreed to. In the version that Israel agreed to with Witkoff, that section is stripped out. So think about that. And here's the question for you. Why is it that Hamas, in order to get to long-term peace, would be willing to give up power in Gaza, but Israel, which says that it does not want to end the war, insists on Hamas staying in power in Gaza? Why is that? So answer that one below. I'm sure some people will be giving hints in there, but let's not give any hints here. Just because I want you guys to think about this for yourselves. Like, why is it that Israel wants Hamas in power in Gaza based on the fact that they stripped out of the agreement Hamas's willingness to give up governance and be replaced by a technocratic Palestinian committee?